Rockies have a record above 500, but they're really not very good.
Wait.
What?
They're fifth in the National League.
Fifth best record in the National League?
Fifth best record. Nice. They have gone from, in the ESPN power ratings or whatever they're worth, they were 28th or 29th to begin the season. They're now 13th.
And they're first in the state of Colorado.
And only 142 games left.
Yeah.
All right, so the Rockies, all right, let's say the Rockies are the fifth best team in the National League. Okay, I'm there.
What's your question?
So the Dodgers are having injury problems. Brandon McCarthy, one of their starters, out for the season.
Like their fourth best starter, though.
Another starter, out for quite a while. They lost Carl Crawford to a torn oblique. They're the favorites in the NL West. So they're struggling. The Giants don't look very good to me or Woody, just so you know.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks we know aren't going to be there in the end. San Diego's holding its own, okay? My question is, with all that's going on, is this thing up for grabs now?
No.
Is the NL West up for grabs?
You mentioned Carl Crawford. They could replace him with Cindy Crawford. They're still going to make the playoffs.
Well, they have Van Slyke. They got this kid Guerrero. They've got Andre
Kansas
Ethier.
City.
They've got plenty of depth in the outfield.
Yeah, I think they're going to be all right. And
You got
Greinke
Kemp
and
at
Kershaw.
San Diego hitting over 400. Is it wide open? I don't think the Padres are quite as good as. I wondered about that earlier in the year, and everybody was talking about it. I don't think they're quite that good. Are they going to play meaningful games in September? Not with this pitching staff.
Nah.
Maybe down at the arcade called One Up on Blake and 19th. Well, that's a good place to play video games. Maybe they'll be playing some intense games there in September.
Yeah, going back to it, what I was looking at to see, yes, I know it's small sampling, of course, but if the season ended today,
Okay.
and it might in Baltimore, if the season ended today, they would be a wild card.
Hey.
The Nationals,
Right.
Did I mention there were only 142 games left?
yeah. Just Central Division is the Cubs would be the other wild card team, I think.
Well,
Really
this
fun.
is going to lead to another discussion as we get closer to the trading deadline. If this is still the case, don't you think they're going to have to make a move for pitching?
Yeah.
Again, we haven't even gotten into May yet.
Well, I think the
I feel
biggest.
stupid even talking about this right now.
That's
frankly.
why I was looking for a solution. You know they're not. That's why I said trade Kendrick. It's early before he's 1-8.
Right.
Trade De La Rosa before he goes back on the DL. Get a couple of prospects and say we're just going to go with it for young teams.
Start thinking long term.
If you remember 2007 when they went to the World Series, that was a very young team. Jimenez was young.
Jeff Francis.
Tulo
was young. Garrett Atkins at third was young. The second,
Holiday was 8 years younger.
yeah, I mean they had a very young team during that period of time.
Yeah.
Seth Smith was a right fielder.
Spielborg's
Ryan
in the mix.
Spielborg's with that team. He was 22, 23.
Yeah.
They had who, I don't remember who the catcher was.
Brad Hoff.
Oh,
they didn't have many 30-years on
they
that
had,
squad.
Ian
except
Iannetta.
for Chris
Yeah,
Iannetta.
He was young. I mean, that was a young team all around. Maybe
Except for
that's
help.
the way you go.
J.B.
It's
Carroll.
just go with the young guys.
Yeah, they're not going to. No, they're not going to
But
win
I
anything now.
have another
So,
one.
yeah.
We'll
Build
get
for
it
the
over
future.
with. But if they're out of it, though, do you trade Tulowitzki and bring up this kid Trevor Story that's supposed to be the next Tulowitzki?
I don't know. I haven't seen him play.
When do we get to
can't
the
make a
beer?
judgment. When do we get to the beer?
To Davidson's Liquor.
Coming up next. But I want to tell you first that last segment was brought to you by Grand Prix Motorsports, your source for the original motorcycle, Indian motorcycles. So check out the newest line of Indian motorcycles at Grand Prix Motorsports on County Line and
Santa